to give my yes to you today. I choose.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 11th of March, and trust you got a decent cup of coffee. This is Coffee with God. Turn with me to Mark chapter 8, verse 2. Marcus 8, vers 2. I feel compassion for the people because they have remained with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat, said Jesus to his disciples. And this is such an incredible verse. We know he goes on to feed them with 7 loaves, and a miracle is performed. But how does it start? I feel compassion, says Jesus. He's tuned in to his feelings. He stops, he analyzes, he says, you know what, I feel something. Let me give it a name. I feel compassion. Then he takes that feeling and he applies what he knows to it. I feel compassion for these people. Why am I suddenly feeling compassion for them? Well, I know they've been with me for 3 days. So when they set out to follow me, to come and hear me preach, to come and spend time just under my ministry, they obviously brought food with, but they didn't plan to stay so long, and they don't want to leave, and now they are hungry. I feel compassion. He responded to his feeling, and unfortunately in the church today, because of the charismatic movement, because of emotions are just not something that we like that much, we tend to scrum away from them. We tend to pull away and not acknowledge too much emotion in our services and in ourselves. And we miss something because the Lord created us as emotional, feeling beings. And we need to feel it, stop, analyze, give it a name, feel it. And then Jesus ministers out of that feeling. He says, you know what? This is what I'm feeling. Why am I feeling it? They're hungry. En in plaas van hom gevoelloos om sy gevoelens te ignoreer en net aan te beweeg, hy stop en hy reageer uit sy emosie uit en kyk kyk wat se wonderwerk gebeur as gevolg van dit. And then lastly, I just want to say, these people didn't intend to stay 3 days with Jesus because they only had food for a while and they'd run out of it, and Jesus knew that. Unfortunately, you get 3 types of people, and I can't remember where I read it. It could have been Craig Rochelle who said, there's 3 types of people. People who come to church just to get what they can out of it. There's people who come and get involved in ministry up to the point that it starts to cost or be an inconvenience to them. And then the third is people who come and are totally committed and to service, no matter how much it costs or inconveniences them. And these people are an example of someone who's totally committed. They're so caught up in the ministry. They're so passionate about what they hear in Jesus preach and teach and moving with him that they stay 3 days, even after their food has run out. And Jesus goes on to say, if we send them away without feeding them, they may faint on the way home. And isn't that amazing that Jesus so caught these people's attention? And I want to challenge you, get caught up emotionally with Jesus, no matter the cost, no matter the inconvenience, because as you spend time doing the right thing, God will respond, and nothing that you offer up will ever outgive what God will return to you. And we don't do it for the getting, but I just want to encourage you and say to you, firstly, serve out of your feelings. Analyze your feelings and put what you believe about those feelings and about the situation. Take the facts and add it to the feelings, and then allow God to work through you. Who knows what wonderful miracle, what wonderful breakthrough you and people around you may have as a result of that. And then keep on keeping on, even when it becomes a little bit inconvenient, even when it becomes something that costs you. Trust in the Lord. He knows who you are, where you're at, and what you need. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I pray that the Lord will richly, richly bless you.